bring in Liam. Liam, thank you for being patient, mate.
How
do you feel? Yeah, really good. How do you feel after that one?
Yeah, it was a really good performance, 5-0. I thought we actually managed the game quite well by slowing it down in the second half. I do think, though, 5-0 away at Southampton, obviously great result, but we are still 10th. Like, I think I've seen some fans getting quite ahead, really think a 5-0 great result, we can enjoy it, but we're 10th. Now we really do need to use that and push on in the league.
But maybe I asked you this the other night, but how do you level that thought with the realities of the injuries? I mean, let me put it this way, and I did have someone in the comments shouting at me the other day for talking about them lot down the road, but they had one injury in Erdegaard and basically went on a terrible run of results, and we've had 11 or 12, and overall we've had the most amount of injuries, or the second most in the whole season. I think we're up at about 18, 19. So it does have to be taken into account.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, 100%. I thought the younger players played really well. Bergvall was great. Sarr commanded the midfield. Dorrington, I've actually seen a couple of times play for the under 21s. He's really good at the back, really confident centre-back. I think he'll be a really good player in the future. Yeah, but yeah, you have to take into account the injuries. And when they come back, it's just, can we use this to push on now? Now when the injured players come back, they come in, and if we could get a real good run going and the injured players start phasing back in over Christmas and into January, then I think we could really make a push.
Liam, I really hope you're right. And what do you think is the story around Djed Spence? Because he was so impressive tonight, but his first ever start for Spurs, he's been here probably two and a bit years. What do you think the story is there? Is there a possibility that he's just not a great trainer and he's a much better player in games?
I think he is, yeah. I think if you remember a couple of years ago with Marcus Edwards, they kept saying he had an attitude problem in training. I think just some players don't train well, but they show it on the pitch. And I think, to be honest, that's where you should judge them. Like, if their attitude behind the scenes isn't great, that's obviously not amazing. But if they're going to put in performances on the pitch, that's where it matters. And I think if we have players like Spence, or like when we had Edwards, who are good players, then use them on the pitch, give them minutes, because we played Spence tonight and it really works.
If that is the case, you can really see why Conte had no interest in him then, because if you're a player who's only, who kind of, let's say, only gets turned on by actually starting in games and being on the pitch and not by training, then that is the kind of antithesis of what Antonio Conte is all about. But I'm really hopeful. What I really hope, and I haven't seen all the quotes from Ange's press conference, I'm going to try and dig them out in a minute, but I hope that Ange kind of says something in one of his press conferences about Spence, kind of boosts his confidence, because also just not only was he brilliant with the ball and worked so hard coming back as well. Do you remember that one where he just ran the length of the pitch almost to kind of help out his mate who had lost the ball?
Yeah.
But he's a big guy as well, and that will help us in set-piece situations, which is something we've been struggling with.
I think tonight and the Coventry game in the Carabao Cup as well. He came on, he changed that game when he came on. I think he really is an exciting player. And I think if Ange gives him more minutes over Porro, who obviously hasn't been in great form at the moment, but I think that's what breeds a good team. Like having options like that, or Spence or Porro, that's what breeds a winning team. Players shouldn't be guaranteed a place. You should have to fight for that place.
Yes, I completely agree. I just want to bring a stat here. Lucas Bergvall's first half by the numbers: 25 of 26 passes completed, 1 out of 2 successful dribbles, 2 out, both his long ball balls that he tried completed, 1 out of 1 tackle, 2 interceptions, 5 ball recoveries. So that was a great first half from Bergvall. He did suffer from a bit of cramp late in the second half, so maybe he was just tiring a bit, but very exciting young player, isn't he, I think?
He is, yeah. I think him and Sarr in the midfield, I thought that was really exciting because they're two really creative players. And going forwards, I think that's really... And as well, how Maddison played as well. I think those three, when they're attacking, that can be really exciting. And hopefully we put in more performances with those three in the midfield. And we score goals like we did tonight.
Absolutely right. And Liam, before I let you go, what are your kind of favourite and worst moments watching Spurs in the last calendar year?
My favourite, I'd probably say, I don't know if you remember, but March, just coming towards the end of last season when we beat Villa 4-0 away.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was
Maddison with the first goal from Sarr's cross. What a goal.
Yeah, I thought that was a complete, just all-round performance, like perfect. Attacking-wise, we managed the game perfectly. Gave nothing away. I thought that was That and our performances in Manchester, like what Harry said, this season. I think it was like we scored 7 goals in Manchester and haven't conceded.
Yeah.
This season, I thought they were great. And worst moment, probably quite recently, actually, the Chelsea loss. That one, I think it always hurts losing to Chelsea, but the fact you're 2-0 up and then we concede 4, that was really...
That stung.
Yeah, that one did, yeah.
Liam, thanks for talking to me, mate. Let's talk again, hopefully after a big win in the week against Man United, and we'll be in the semi-final. That's what I really desperately want to happen.
I think we will be. I have full confidence we'll beat Man United.
Top man, love that confidence. Okay, mate, enjoy your night. Good night.
You too. Bye.